Happy StreamYard has lost access to your Facebook. Okay, maybe we're not on Facebook. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news, reality TV, Jeff Lewis Live. Hello. Thank you, Krista and Michelle. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up button. Make sure you were subscribed. People keep telling me that they're not getting notified that I'm going live. And I'm like, I don't know how to make that happen. And then they say they look and it says to subscribe, like they've been unsubscribed on YouTube. So no idea what's happening, but check and see if that's going on. Also, whenever I create the shows, which they've already been created for Thursday and Friday of this week also, because tomorrow's New Year's Day. So happy New Year's Day. And I'll be off. And there's a button on there that says notify me. That's like a little bell, I think, notification or something. So anyways, that should be up there. Anyways, I think I figured out the technical issue. Had my phone on do not disturb. So I know. I don't know what's going on. Krista says, sister, I love that. I have to hunt you every time. I just keep hunting until I find you. I mean, I can't imagine there's that many Sarah from Texas podcast YouTube channels, but maybe there are. Welcome, S. Maz. Is this your first time joining live? Hello to all of you. Hope you're having good plans, relaxing plans, fun plans, boring plans, exciting plans, anything you want for tonight's New Year's Eve celebration. Just stay safe, have fun, whatever that means to you. And whether or not you do resolutions, which of course we can chat about later, we can chat about anything. So don't forget, I do have the phone call set up. It is 713-489-8488. I think it only works in Canada and the US, but do it on Wi-Fi. It should not charge you, but I have no control of that. So if you are charged, I have no control of that. All I can do is to say, make your own decision to call 713-489-8488. I'm assuming it's free when we use our cell phones, right? Even if you are long distance, just like anything is nowadays. Do y'all remember the days when you would call your grandparents, or your parents would call your grandparents long distance? They'd be like, okay, my brothers, come get the phone. Okay, hurry up. Okay, Sarah, talk to them. And you talk real fast because it was, of course, long distance. So anyways, we don't have that anymore, right? So anyways, yeah, so glad y'all could join live. Oh, yes, Michelle's husband is a police officer in Las Vegas. So keep all of our police officers, all of our first responders safe. Michelle says, my husband hopes he has no DUI arrest tonight. Yeah, obviously he hopes so too. And just make a plan. That way you can be comfortable and confident. You don't have to find someone, or you're not drinking alcohol and get tempted to get into the mindset that you're okay to do that. So anyways, I'm trying to get that one off. Anyways, like I said, I do think I have the technology figured out. It was so fun. Michael Riley called in yesterday. A lot of you tried to call in. There's been 13 different phone numbers so far. I haven't figured out. I think it will let me know. I know it does if I get a voicemail. So I haven't seen any that are voicemail yet. It says no messages yet. But 13 or 14 different calls have come in. So anyways, and feel free, if you absolutely want to be anonymous, just say a different name. Say you're from, your name is Michael from Michigan. Say whatever you want to say. So anyways, yes, Jen Helen says, who else is going to watch Andy Cohen and Anderson Cooper tonight on CNN? I sometimes forget, or it just gets so busy that I do forget. But wait, you've got Chinese food arriving at 7, Michael Riley? I'm so jealous. So years ago, more stuff is open now. We've been out to dinners on New Year's Eve. So of course, all the big restaurants are. But years and years ago, we hosted a party like we have done many years. And all of our neighbors came from down the street, and our kids and all this stuff. And for the kids, we did pizza or whatever. I can't even remember, to be honest with you. But for us, we were going to do, I think, Olive Garden or Panera Bread and have it delivered. And like nobody was open. So I was like, oh my God, like, what are we going to do for food? I don't think we'd ever been in a situation that we didn't either have food already or we had picked it up before they had closed. But whatever it was, I was like, oh shit, there's really no plan for the food. So anyways, I didn't watch anything last night. So if there's anything y'all want to chat about, you can always ask. Obviously, get comfortable in the comments. Shout out Tiffany Chump. We're definitely going to talk about the whole Chump virus of it all. I was out shopping this morning. I have a daughter that's starting a paid internship very soon, and she does not like to shop. So I have 6 more minutes of Jeff Lewis to listen to. So I don't have that finished yet, but I will. So if there's anything great at 6 minutes towards the end, let me know if I missed it. Anyways, and so I was out shopping with her for hours this morning. So I hadn't started it yet. And a chumpette texted me. He was like, oh my God, what is going on? Who is he talking about? I'm like, oh my God, he must have said more stuff. So we will definitely chat about that because he definitely did. And now we know, not only we know the gender of the virus the Chump virus, we know the gender of the person that this person texted the aggressive text to. So we will chat about all that and try to narrow it down because somebody had a really good some information on the Sarah from Texas Facebook group saying that at the Brea show, Justin had during his set, I'm not even sure, that he had made fun of freaking, Rick and Kelly, of Kelly Dodd. And then later she said something back. I think they were just guessing, but that maybe she said something. But I mean, yeah, if you piss off Kelly, you've pissed off Rick. So that would be 2 chumps right there. You know what I mean? Yes, Rebecca says, wasn't sure that there'd be a live today. I do try to update everyone on my Instagram stories. So make sure you're following me there at Sarah from Texas Podcast. And I always put a link that you can just click on, to the YouTube. And I also put a link on there for the podcast that I post after that. And there's always, if there's a show created, then chances are I plan to go live unless anything happens. So thank you, Krista. She's like, hello to everyone. Happy to be here. Okay, let's start chatting today since I didn't watch any reality TV last night. If there's anything y'all want to chat about, anything y'all want to call about, TV shows, radio, celebrity news, chump stuff, advice, dilemmas, what if, anything. At the end, there's the number 713-489-8488. And it should be free. Should be. I can't guarantee this because I don't own Google Voice to the US and Canada. Oh, Robin says, I found the Facebook again. But you're on YouTube. I don't know. It's saying it's lost connection to my Facebook. So I don't know if anyone's on the Facebook page. Are they? Everyone here has the red YouTube icon. So everyone here is from the YouTube live. So I'm not really sure what's going on. Uh-oh. Somebody said she was drunk yesterday. Michael Riley says 2 drunk chumps, Rick and Kelly. They're a train watch to watch her contradict herself every time. Interesting. Okay, well, let us know in comments. And if you want to call in, let us know what your New Year's resolution is. If you do them, if you don't, are you lenient? Are you super strict? Do you usually cave and just cancel the resolution altogether? Okay, so today was Judge Lauren Lake and Reza on the first hour. It is a pre-record. So just remember, they started this. Well, I'm not sure. Did Jamie and MJ start at 1? Or would they have started? Did they start I'm assuming. So normally they go to live California time, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now that it's a 2-hour Jeff Lewis. So to 11, I'm going to just assume they took like a 2-hour break and everything got set up. And then they started at 1. So I think Judge Lauren Lake and Reza maybe started at 1. And then at 2 o'clock or after the first hour, Jamie and MJ did. So what's interesting is when they're live, we see the commercial breaks on the Jeff Lewis video, right? We see the pre-show, the after show, the exchange when the first hour guests get out and the new guests come in for the second hour. So I wonder when all that doesn't happen, if they also have to sit there on a pre-record for the commercials that aren't exactly live. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how that works with it. Wait, Robin says, I mean the group I'm not good with. I don't know what that means. Anyways, who is the bad chump? Robin says. We will definitely chat about that. Okay, so I did not know that Reza has an Airbnb across from the house that they currently live in. Don't know how often it's rented out. I don't know if it's family and friends. I don't know if it's strangers, none of that. Um, but he somehow learned that the glass was broken and they tried to probably steal things, but they looked into the empty drawers that are available for the guests of the Airbnb and there's nothing in it. So probably there was a couple of TVs, refrigerators, toasters, cookware, but that's apparently not what they were looking for. So what I was confused on though is if he said the glass door was about $1,500, why is he waiting on insurance? If LA insurance is anything like Texas insurance, you might as well just pay it. Like if nothing was stolen, only a $1,500 glass thing, like why are you waiting on that why are you waiting to go through the insurance? It just seemed like he was trying to ask Dr. Donna, I mean, not Dr. Dr. Donna, although they made a few cutting jokes I didn't love, Judge Lauren Lake, what he should do. And I'm like, you are a realtor. You are 50 something years old. You've owned houses. You have a husband to ask. You have friends. Like, why don't you know what to do? Like you can get that glass fixed next day and know that your house or your rental is a little more secure and clean that shit up or call someone to clean it up and get it back rented. Like, what are you waiting for? It seemed like he was trying to make a bigger deal about it. Like, oh, now I can't rent it out. And then tomorrow, the next people. And now I cut into the white oak floors. Well, it sounds like maybe the glass broke and I don't have white oak floors. I personally, especially if I have an Airbnb, I am not going to choose a wood floor that is soft. I'm going to choose the most durable floor for people. So I don't know, but it sounds like maybe he was freaking out and all this allegedly, and maybe he stepped on the glass and it pressed into the white oak floors. I don't really know. So give me your thoughts on that. I just was kind of confused. Like, dude, it's $1,500. Not that that's not a lot of money, but Reza loves to brag. So I'm assuming 1,500 he's got readily available. And I didn't understand his confusion. Thank you. Micah, I'm mixing up names. Michael Riley says, sounded stupid and cheap. Yeah, like he stupid because he couldn't figure out what to do. And then cheap because I'm like, no offense, dude, but it's $1,500 in LA. You own two homes. You got to have $1,500 on the ready for things like that, right? Maz says, my son is in insurance. Take pictures, fix the windows, and submit the pictures to the insurance company. And insurance companies are available 24/7. Like you can literally call all of them 24/7. They know things happen at 4 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, midnight, 1 a.m. They know that. So they're not like, oh, call us between the hours of 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday. You know what I mean? Will Joseph says this was the White House that Reza first lived in with his husband. Oh, okay. The White House. I didn't really know Shawls of Sunset. Remember, I know the gist of it and all that, but I just wasn't a huge Shawls of Sunset. I know all the gist of the people though. Oh, that's why they had the fancy floor. But if you're gonna make a house now an Airbnb, you either know that the wood floor is eventually going to be messed up. No one is going to treat your home like they would treat their own. But I also wouldn't have such a soft wood on any home. Women walking in with high heels, dogs scratching it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, it was kind of crazy. Yeah. And then he was exactly, Diane's like, and then he was the one bragging more about people having cheap purses. I mean, at one point I was picking up my grocery order. So I was waiting with my daughter and we were listening to it because if not, I knew I wouldn't be able to finish the show. And he said, if you're 50 years old and you have a purse that's less than, did he say $200? Then you're not doing something. And I was like, I mean, I've kind of been into Louis Vuitton in nice purses for a very long time. Okay, so I do understand that, but I don't think anyone should judge anyone on how they spend their money. Like I always think people with money have money because they don't spend it crazily. You know what I mean? Like they're not. We heard a commercial and it was like, "Are you 10,000 or more in credit card debt?" And my daughter goes, "No." You know, she's 23. She didn't have any debt, thankfully. And I was like, "No." And I was like, "Because anyways, it's not about anyways. Yes. Krista says it's ghastly what people do in rental properties. I think that's probably my hesitation of ever having, a vacation home and then renting it out because I'm like, no, 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 I just can't. Um, oh, I love that. Krista says I would rather have stock than a purse. Ooh, I love a girl that's into the stock market for sure. So I don't know, it just sounded kind of weird. They kind of glazed over it eventually, but they didn't glaze over or talk much about, although Reza's tried to bring it up, MJ selling all the stuff that they used to get from Bravo and production and gifts. And she's like, oh, yeah, she would stick that up on her Poshmark. I'm like, Jeff, you really gave her a pass on all that stuff that she allegedly had up there that was from Chaz Dean and other stuff. And like that was really interesting to me for sure, especially when Reza's saying, oh, yeah, she's always resold gifts, put them up on Poshmark. I thought that was very interesting. Lots of talk about first class updates on planes, upgrades. I do mostly Southwest. I mean, there's not even a private. I can't remember. I know when I took my daughter to Italy, obviously that's such a long flight. Um, it was during it was when the second rush of COVID came back unexpected. Well, it was all unexpectedly, but anyways, um, we ended up it was supposed to be from Houston to New Jersey and then straight from New Jersey to Rome. All that got messed up and all of that. So then it became Houston to New Jersey to like London and then Germany and then Rome. Okay. So we were on a few more extra airplanes. So obviously those bigger airplanes had private. I just walked right by that. I didn't even treat us to private or whatever the fancy stuff is, uh, go into Italy. I was like, we're good. I kind of wondered that too. Robin says, I'm sorry, but for now it's dangerous to carry a fancy purse in LA. So later on the second hour, when they were talking about Jamie Kennedy's girlfriend's purse, I was like, I don't know. I mean, she's pretty, she's kind of young. Like maybe she's not the one that needs to be carrying a purse like that all the time. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird. Ooh, would they let me? Krista says you can find some empty leg flights to fly private, but would they cost the same amount of money? Like I'm just so cheap. I can't. I think it's expensive enough to fly to Italy. Expensive enough, yeah. They're still in purses and watches and jewelry. Like I don't know. It wouldn't be the purse. I mean, obviously, I'd be mad if my purse was stolen. I'd be frazzled and freaked out and the crime of it all. But just us women, we got things in our purse and we got the credit cards, the driver's license, men too. It's like just annoying. Oh, was I saying private and I meant first class? Y'all know I didn't mean private. I meant first class. I did not mean private. Like I cannot even imagine. I don't know. Does anyone follow her on Instagram or know how old she is? Diane says, how much younger is Jamie's girlfriend than he is? Isn't he like 53-ish? I feel like he is. And I want to say she's 28-ish. Like I'm totally guessing here, but they've been together for a couple of years. So I'm assuming, 28-ish, but I have no idea. Krista says, isn't Jamie's girlfriend in her 30s? I mean, she could be, I guess. She could be. Oh no, Robin's like, I don't even wear rings when I go on a walk. Wow, because people, so scary. Anyways, the storage units. I mean, Judge Lauren Lake is like, I couldn't understand. So I sort of get it with the family pictures, the history of it all coming out of her dad's house in Michigan, just the emotions of it all. you put that stuff in a storage unit and you don't want to think about it. You don't want to get rid of their stuff. Clearly, when my dad passed away, I had a 2.5-year-old and a 5-week-old baby. Um, my mom was very strong emotionally. I remember her asking us if we wanted stuff. Like my husband took a couple of my dad's favorite shirts. My brother took like a hunting gun, even though he doesn't really hunt. I mean, we took some things. We gave some cowboy boots to my uncles that fit them. But my mom was still alive, so we didn't really get rid of a lot of stuff. But when my mom passed away, years later, many years later, I and my sister-in-law and my uncle, kind of was going through everything, more me and my sister-in-law. And it is hard. I mean, there are things, it's like their passport, their driver's license, so much stuff of my dad's was in this one drawer that she had kept. And, the clothes aren't really my thing. The shoes, I was happy to donate. Storage bins, good furniture. I was very specific about it going to veterans because that just meant a lot to me since my dad was in the Marines, my grandfather's. And, but it is hard to make those decisions. What I do hope Judge Lauren Lake is deciding now is that the Florida home that she's paying money to store furniture in Florida, she's now going to have to pay someone to ship it from Florida to California if it even works in the house that she ends up buying. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, Krista says, I was an orphan by 45. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I guess it's almost 6 years. I'm 51. Oh, is that 45 also? Wow, we both were. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Um, Robin says the security teams are in cars and trailers outside celebrities' homes at night. I mean, yeah, we're hearing about a lot of break-ins on football players, like the nights that they know they're playing, that they're not home. It's just awful. Thank you, Krista. Thank you. And you also, because been there, done that, with that. So, okay. So now that I can't put my phone on Do Not Disturb, y'all are going to hear all the random whatevers. That was some weird. I did ask, my family, because they know not to call during this 1 hour. It's some random text though. Claim your 2025 Hillsdale College calendar. Like none of my kids go to whatever Hillsdale is. So anyways, okay, I do have the Google Voice open. So if you do want to call, it can be about anything. We're going to chat the second hour. Like I said, if you want to be completely anonymous and say a different name, it can be whatever you want. But just say, I'm Sarah from Texas. Okay, on the second hour, Jamie and MJ. So we know it's not Jamie. Okay, but we're going to go through who Chump Virus could be because Jamie brought it up quickly. He called the Louis Vuitton purse a bully bag. So I don't disagree with that. I think he was highly encouraged to treat his girlfriend, Alyssa, to this Louis Vuitton bag that she'd been wanting, a travel bag. He's clear that he got the exact same link that Jeff sent to him and showed it to the Louis Vuitton guy. Christmas Eve at the Grove at Louis Vuitton. And he was complaining that it was busy. I'm like, yeah, think? Anyways, but she loves the bag. She was so happy, so much joy. She was appreciative. She was grateful. So even though he'd already done this very expensive dinner that they do at Christmas time, he had surprised her apparently with a computer for her to start being an influencer, he says. What else did she get? Some clothes from Aloe. I figured there was other clothes and I can't think of what they were. She got her brakes fixed. I'm like, that's not a Christmas present, dude. It was also leading up to this, besides the bag, it was sounding very like father to daughter, like, oh, I got her some clothes. I got her a computer. I got her some, I got her brakes fixed. I'm like, no, 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 no. I mean, at least a Louis Vuitton purse is something, that can be like from a boyfriend, from a potential, long-term boyfriend or something. I don't know. Jamie snuck in a few times that he got Jeff a Tiffany pen, very expensive. They can go up to $1,900. I don't even think Jeff remembered. I don't even know. I mean, of course, he traveled after the holidays. He probably can't even keep up with all the gifts. Can you imagine? No, I do not send Jeff or anyone a gift like that. Don't think I've ever sent them a gift. The only reason I brought, did I bring Jeff a gift? Probably not. I probably only brought something to Monroe. When Melanie and Scott invited me, days, very last minute to join them on their $10,000 dinner with Jeff and Shane in New York City, she was bringing them gifts and gifts for Monroe. And I was like, oh, it's like it didn't even dawn on me. So of course I didn't want to show up at this dinner without anything. So a friend of mine recommended this cute little gift store in Houston that is so cute. He had already told the audience that Monroe would be on the trip with them. So I got her some Texas. Why is that? Hold on. Give me a second. My battery is not plugged in for some reason. Okay. Now it is. My computer battery was not. So now it should be fine. Okay. The holidays. Anyways, what are we talking about? This $1,900 pen. I don't even think he can keep up with everything though. So I got Monroe a Texas themed coloring books and some markers and maybe something else like a crafty thing she could do on a plane or something. But I imagine, because people tell me and they'll send me pictures, like the person that did the art for Pole and Patrick, and I think they did Toby also, they had sent me a picture of that before they did. No, good question. Rebecca says, did you have to sign an NDA before the $10,000 dinner? No. And I asked Jeff what I could talk about, and he said, anything we talk about here. And I was like, okay. So yeah. And I did. It was fun. 3.5 hour dinner. I mean, it was fun. Okay. They did get me into this talk about the drones and the high profile New Year's Eve locations. My husband has said recently with all the drones thing and the whatever that, you couldn't pay him to be at Times Square on New Year's Eve because what if somebody tried to do something awful, right? But with the other locations, they mentioned Universal, the Las Vegas Strip is now going to have this helicopter that travels alongside it to like test for bombs or something, like awful. You know what I mean? Oh, are you a first timer too, Teresa? Hello. First time caught the live show live. Welcome. They do vet the paying party though. Yes. So now they do. So I had nothing to do with the $10,000 dinner. That was all Melanie and Scott. I've never tried to pay for a dinner or anything. And they invited me. They asked permission if they could invite me, and Shane and Jeff said yes. So I don't know how much they vetted back then, but now with this app and everything, they do kind of do a background check on people. So yeah, for sure. That's right. But I think a pen, I don't know, he might even give that away. Michael Riley reminded us that Jeff has said once that he puts all the stuff that he's given, like, makeup stuff, gifts from the show, Christmas gifts, things like that. Anything he doesn't want to, he gives it, puts it up on the foyer table and lets everyone pick up what they want, like his staff and stuff. Oh, you're welcome, Teresa. I haven't talked to Melanie and Scott. Mama Judy asked. Interesting question because I don't know. Let's just say no. And it's not me not talking to them. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so no, I have not. What else? I just don't think I'd want to be at some of these places either with the drones going on, whatever's going on with that. And I'm not a super like Jamie, I feel like was just begging to chat about the drones and, the presidential election. He kind of put in a little thing there about TikTok, I mean, the fog. And I have to say, it was really foggy here one of the last days before school got out. And I was like, "Be careful, it's very foggy driving to school," and it was very foggy, it was crazy. I'm loving these. I know that, Sarah Colonna kinda poo-pooed the sugar-free ones of this Shirley Temple 7 Up, but this is the regular one. I think they're so good. We're serving them tonight as part of I mean, we're serving a lot of things tonight, but definitely serving this. Uh-oh, Robin says, "I cannot stand Jamie." Well, and that's kind of what we've said is that a lot of the chumps that are on Jeff Lewis Live, they either have fans or they have people that can't stand them. You know what I mean? So definitely. Oh my gosh. AUS Fly Girl says, "You are the gift, Sarah. Support a fan goes to live events too." Oh, thank you. Um, wait, what is it? KGG Online says, "LOL drones. I had to watch South Park's drone episode again 2 nights ago." Wait, I was not even a South Park thing, but isn't that the show that is like predicted a lot of things? Like crazy stuff that would never happen? I think even Trump being wait, what? Is that the South Park show? That's crazy. Oh, Christina says we've had fog advisories all week. Dang. Okay. Um, anyways, but Jamie also got him a Polio Loco card, which, I think as he was saying it, also, Judge Lauren Lake talked about that she had gotten Jeff some champagne, and she's like, "Oh, no, no, that wasn't a regift." I don't even think he knew anything. Like, I can't even imagine how many people must send him stuff, and he probably can't remember. Because also you have to remember, I mean, I share a birthday with Jeff. He's 3 years older than me. Wait, 3 years older than me. Yeah. March 24th, though. I'm not into gifts. That's not my love language. Like, if someone were to give me a gift, I would be like, "I hope you got it on sale." You know what I mean? It was almost like Jeff saying, "I hope you didn't pay $1,900 for this." Like, no way. Keep watching to make sure my computer battery is charging since I did plug it in, and then it's not going to give me a low battery notice again. A couple people said that yesterday. Tea with Tambo says Sarah Colonna isn't good on the show to me. She's dry, and I can't believe she's a stand-up comedian. I kind of wonder. I think she's coming. She's either coming to Houston or Austin. I'm definitely not going to be able to drive to Austin for it, but I don't know. Yeah, Nurse M, you and me both. Can you imagine? Okay, Nurse M, I'll just read it. Nurse M says, "I just want Jamie to shave and get a haircut. Take a shower." I don't think he showers often. I don't know. Maybe I think he's admitted that. I don't know. But when he said he was in Louis Vuitton, Christmas Eve at the Grove, and there's all he's like kind of complaining that there's like these looky-loos. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they are just shopping. Maybe they're showing their friend or partner or spouse what they want to buy or what they want to buy themselves. I don't know. But he was like, "Don't offer me water. Don't offer me champagne. I just want to do whatever." But, I don't know. I could imagine. I mean, he's like, somebody recognized him. I'm like, well, they would have to, because if not, they probably are looking at you like maybe you're in the wrong store or something. You know what I mean? I did hear about he did explain the rosemary oil better. And if y'all know me, y'all know that I just had some rosemary planted in my front yard, and I love the smell so much. I will talk to anyone about my rosemary and break some off and make them smell it. It just smells so good. It smells so fresh, so Italy, so everything. I loved it. Yeah, grooming would help. You know what I mean? Yes, Shay, we're about to chat about it. There's definitely an update on the virus. Welcome. Um, anyways, okay, so talked about the weird fog. It just sounded like at one point, like Jeff was, like he does his notes and whatever, and Jamie was like, trying to take over the show. He was like, no, 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 I'm here. You don't need those notes. Don't look at your notes. And I'm like, and then he said something like, can I take over the 1 o'clock time slot? I'm like, dude, like, slow your roll. Like, I know your girlfriend Alyssa is the part-time nanny. I think you're very clear that, you've got an in with Jeff, you're buying him gifts, all this stuff, but like, slow your roll. Like, he's a little bit cocky, you know what I mean? Okay, let's chat the latest on the Chump virus. So, someone asked today if they had mentioned the Chump virus at Brea, and Jeff said no. So, I wasn't at the Brea show. There are definitely some people on the live that were. I think if they had talked about the Chump virus there, they would have mentioned it. I think the only thing they've said is on the radio about at first to the couple days, he was like, it's a person. They were rude, aggressive, disrespectful to another chump. Now we've got like 7 chumps that don't want to work with this person. They've been upsetting and stuff and disrespectful. Then he let it slip that it was a he. Okay, so now we narrowed it down because some people were saying MJ. Then he kind of let it out that they were going to take a break. Maybe this wouldn't be a permanent thing, but definitely take a little breather from each other. Now he let us know it's been, then he let us know that it was a text. So we now know it's a he. We now know as of today, they texted a she. So that narrows things down. He said today it's been a series of infractions. It's not Jamie. He made that very clear. He didn't say it wasn't Joey or Justin, but he didn't narrow anything down. We know there's been tension-ish with Justin to Joey. We don't know about vice versa. It's created a hostile work environment, and they put it in writing, which he said should have never been done, and it was aggressive to a woman. So, oh, wait, Tiffany Chump says he did mention someone was getting hard to schedule. At the time, I thought nothing of it. Is that at the Brea show? Is that at the Brea show? He was way too tall. I don't even think it's that. Jen Helen says Jamie's different in the afternoon. He's more talkative. I do agree. He admits he's a late night owl. He likes to wake up, sleep in, all the things. I just think he's getting cocky. And I as soon as Alyssa, his girlfriend, was hired to be the part-time nanny, he acted like so cool and calm and collective about it. But then every chance he got, I felt like he would say something like, oh yeah, Alyssa told me something she said not to say, or oh yeah, Alyssa was so excited, or oh yeah, Alyssa loves playing with Monroe, or oh yeah, Alyssa this. I mean, I don't know. Oh, I forgot about that. Robin, thanks for reminding me. Jamie's girlfriend, Alyssa, had breast cancer. I hope Jamie's good to her. It's very rough. I mean, he mentioned it in passing less than a year ago and never really did an update. So I'm assuming and hoping it was something caught very early. You know what I mean? AUS Fly Girl says, yeah, look like you bathe and brush your teeth, Jamie. I mean, and the hair. I don't know. T with Tambo says it's Joey or Justin, and I'm leaning towards Justin. I mean, I definitely don't think it's Joey. I think if it was Joey, Jeff has such a more personal relationship with him. I think he would not keep that private. I think because Justin has a fiance, he's not one to go on vacations with them. He doesn't go to the spa treatment thing with him. He's not going out with him. He's not invested in his relationships. I think it's when Jeff mentioned the person about the Sirius XM radio shows, and joked today about John Hill, which means I don't think he would have joked if he was part of it. I definitely think it's leaning towards Justin Martindale for sure. It can't be Reza. He said just pay attention to who's not on the show in the next few days. I don't think it's Rick Leventhal either. I know Rick doesn't go on other Sirius XM shows. You know what I mean? Yes, Mrs. W says, I hope whoever it is knows because it would be unfair to find out all of this via all this chatter. Yeah, he hasn't talked to him yet. He's got a phone call with the person later this afternoon, but that sounds like it's more like Sirius XM is involved. You know what I mean? Like there was no private phone call. Um, Robin says Justin was at the Brea show and he stood off away from everybody. I walked up to talk to him, but he didn't socialize with any of the chumps at the VVIP. Chumps meaning Jeff's friends, chumps, not the chump fans. Right? Because I'm assuming he would talk to anyone that came over there. Whoever sent the email, the text, you mean the text, definitely knows now. No, because if they thought it was okay to send, but he also said he's had a series of infractions. Like, has there been a time? I feel like a lot of people have been on a lot more often than Justin. And Justin isn't on tour right now. He does a lot of local LA, you know what I mean? So he'll be busy in a few months, but I don't think he's yeah, I think it's Justin. As much as I've met him, and I think he's such a nice guy. I just don't know that everything that's being said is 100% honest either. I don't really know. Oh, Robin says chump fans and chumps. He was standing alone away talking to Orphe the whole time. Okay, so who knows? Who knows? What else? Oh, also Justin and John Hill, who Kelly Dodd recently had an outing with publicly, are good friends because Justin's been going on John Hill's show. John Hill's been going on Just Saying with Justin Martindale. So, someone in the Sarah from Texas Facebook group thought of an idea, said maybe when he kind of made a joke or said something about Kelly Dodd, maybe she texted him, maybe she texted back and he said something disrespectful and aggressive, and she turned that in. I have no idea. Whatever it is, it does seem to have been something that's, um, something that's been now turned into an issue with SiriusXM. Okay, so get your phone calls in. If not, we won't have any phone calls, which is fine. 713-489-8488. It should work today, so don't all jump at once. If I'm on the phone, this is live. So unless you're watching as a replay, shout out, or listening as a podcast, which is after it, we are live 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. So if you call any other time, it should give you the option, unless it's telling me that I have to take the phone call or go to voicemail. I'm not really sure. Krista, you should call and tell us what your plans are for New Year's Eve. Ask any questions you want. Tell us what your New Year's Eve resolutions are. If you do them, I'm with I'm with Judge Lauren Lake. I'm definitely making chunky choices, and I'm not okay with it because I know my cholesterol. This is the third time it's been checked that it's gone up just a little bit more. So, I don't like that. It was, God, what was it a couple of years ago? Like 234. No, 219. It was just up a little bit. We're like, oh, we'll watch it. Then it was like 234. Now it's like 254. And I'm like, ugh, this is not good. Yes, Nut Fam says Tim Johnson is involved too. This is an HR issue now. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, Jeff and them talk a lot of stuff. Like, how bad can a text be that it's an HR issue? I mean, it must be bad. And why would you put that in text writing? Like, what does Dorinda say? Write it, regret it for sure. I haven't seen that. What is disclaimer? Rebecca says, anyone watching disclaimer? It has some wild sex scenes. No, but I do. Just started. Oh, did he start already? Probably in a few weeks or later. This Justin Martindale says he just started his new comedy tour, but I don't think it's started yet. Let's go to Justin's, and it should tell us his first thing. He's got 57.4 thousand followers, comedian, writer, host of Just Saying podcast with Justin Martin. Oh, here's his link tree. Oh, in 2.5 weeks ish, he starts off in Arlington, Virginia, and then he goes to Chicago, then Phoenix, then Boston, then Dallas, then New York. That's big. Stanford, then Seattle. So this is all from January to April. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shows. So probably weekends, I'm assuming. I don't really know. 17, 2 nights in Arlington, Virginia. I wonder why. And none in San Antonio. He's from San Antonio. Dallas is the closest one. That's kind of odd. Maybe he'll add that. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll add that. That whatever. Oh, he does? Ew. He calls women breeders. He would definitely think I'm a breeder. Now, he's never called me a breeder, but you know, well, women are breeders. I mean, we are the one but it takes a man to whatever. You know what I mean? Shay says, did you read Michael Riley's comment on Justin Martindale? He had a text exchange with him from today. I know he told us some stuff the other day. Michelle, call in. Somebody call in. Oh, Robin says, I was offended. That is kind of a common thing. Not common. I don't want to say common. Will Joseph says, gays call straights breeders in general. Yeah, that is kind of a common whatever. So, oh, Robin says, I'm going to Justin's show in Phoenix. It's close. Yeah. Yes, Sharon said, Jeff said early on that it's not Joey. He said, everyone likes Joey. And I'm like, well, not everyone, because they tell me, y'all DM me everything. Y'all DM me all your thoughts. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. Okay, who's going to call? We're going to get no calls today? There were so many calls yesterday, and then it was on Do Not Disturb. So I tested it with my daughter, but of course she's in my favorites. So it rang through and I was like, oh, good, it worked. I was like, oh my God. So someone called today at 2:01, 6:53 a.m., 4:36 a.m., 4:35 a.m. Both of those say unknown, so it might have been the same person. And then yesterday at 4:56, so we were already off. 4:51, we were off. 4:02, we had just no, we weren't off. We were almost off. We were not off. Michael Riley called and got on, and Annette called and got on, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, all calling at the end. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2 had called different zip codes, had called at 3:03 my time. Oh yeah, 4. It was all after the show had ended because this is in my time. 3:03 and 3:10. I definitely don't. Liz called. Oh, we'll call again. It's also fun to hear y'all's voices. I was glad because I do talk on the phone to Michael Riley and Annette, so I knew their voices. I mean, in their accents. So, and they do have a 781 number. Let's see, East. Oh, is it an Eastern time? 781. Yes, I see a 781 number. It says 3:56. So that was yesterday at the end of the show. And remember, it was not ringing because now it should have shown up if I'm staring at it, even if it was quiet. I don't know why it would have not shown up. Anyways, yes, anyone that's on lately, it's not them because he is definitely not putting them on. But he's also kind of changed now and said it doesn't mean that they won't be on permanently. It just means we might need a break from each other. And he also says he really likes the person and they've never been aggressive or rude or disrespectful to him. But obviously, if you've got 7 chumps saying they don't want to be on with him, that really narrows it down. I mean, like they said, it was something about an employee. Like if you've got 7 people on a football team that don't want to play at the same time with another player, that you can't do that to a coach. You know what I mean? Robin said maybe comics are competitive. I can see that. If anything, I said to someone yesterday who called to we chatted about this, it sounded like, um, he should have been getting the flack because Justin Martindale, got the 15 minutes or however long he was able to be on at this live event. I'm sure Zach would have loved that. Sarah Colonna would have loved that. Brian Bailey was the host. I mean, all these other comedians that are on the show, you know what I mean? Lots of them would have loved that time. I know. Robin's like, how long is this going to go on? Is he ever going to name the person? I bet SiriusXM has told him not to, which is interesting because they say a lot of things that have to be super offensive. So I cannot imagine what this text message is on. You know what I mean? Um, Deja Monet says we don't want a 15-minute set from Sarah Colonna. Yeah, but she does live shows, so I don't know. Wait. Michael Riley, fresh from Michael Riley. Justin Martindale told me yesterday, this is Michael Riley getting this from Justin, told me yesterday that he spoke to Jeff and everything's all good. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I didn't respond back. Let this play out, Michael Riley says. Well, everything's all good. If he were, Jeff's not saying anything personally. He's even said multiple times, this person has never done anything to me. I like this person. I think he's good for the show. But if I've got 7 people not wanting to work with him, and clearly he probably knows what this aggressive, text message was, and he says it's created a series of infractions in a hostile work environment. That's more than just one thing. Like, that wouldn't have just been like, everything's A-okay from us. You know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, Michael said this earlier and I missed it. Eliza says, yes, I do miss a lot of comments for sure. Mama Judy says, I bet Kelly is involved. Kelly Dodd. She's vicious, but would think she would use it on her show as content. She loves a fight. If it is involving Kelly and Justin, and it is allegedly so aggressive and a hostile work environment, which Kelly and Rick are rarely ever on. I mean, I think they'd be on a lot more than they are invited on. You know what I mean? I wouldn't exactly consider her. Oh, hold on. She and Rick do go to Cooking Kibitz. And they did say something about a recent Cooking Kibitz. The person wasn't there and it was so much more calm and relaxing. So maybe Justin doesn't like Kelly Dodd. I don't know. It's not Reza. He was on today. There's no way he'd have let him be on. Liz and the Bee says, I'm kind of leaning towards Reza. I used to watch Shaw's. He can be arrogant and nasty. Yeah, but it's definitely not him. Is there any beef between Justin and Sarah Colonna? I don't think so. The fact that she invited him, and I think someone told me Justin then invited Krista as his +1, knowing that Krista and Jeff are on the outs, but Krista and Justin are really good friends, and he still posts her and tags him. I think they spent Christmas together, definitely holidays. LTD says, I watch Kelly and Rick every day and the Patreon. I'm 99.99% sure it's not them. Now, if the only thing someone wonders is if it is Justin, if he sent an aggressive text to Kelly, like if that's the female that got the text. I don't really know. Wait, what? Oh no, Jennifer says Justin recently posted in his stories a picture that looks like this emoji. Like, I can't even imagine how many DMs the chumps are sending him. Like, I can't even imagine. I think MJ knew the whole story because even at one point she was like, oh, do you want me to tell him everything now? Talking to Jamie. it's Jamie that didn't know the whole story. Sonia says MJ didn't know the whole story. I bet she might spill it. I feel like she did know the whole story. I don't know. If I'm shocked if it's Justin, he always seems so polite. K Kitty says, yeah, and I've met him a few times. I've never seen him aggressive. All the words they keep using, whoever this is, aggressive, rude, disrespectful. Those are all the words. And now today they added on, they've had a series of infractions and it's created a hostile work environment. Okay, Kitty says, I also listen to Kelly and Rick every day and they don't know who it is. So interesting. So interesting. Well, we are going to wrap things up. I hope my technology was working. No, look, someone called and it didn't go through. I'm going to see if I can call back. Okay, someone called 4 minutes ago. Copy number. Why wouldn't it just let me call back? Hold on. Let me see if this will work. Okay. Oh.
Well, hello, everybody. It is Michelle out here in Vegas.
Michelle from Vegas. I do not know why I didn't call or why I didn't ring. I'm going to have to figure this out.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm actually working, so I can't talk now long. But just hi to everybody. Have a wonderful, safe New Year's Eve and have a wonderful New Year's Day to everyone. And I hope to see everybody if this Chump Con does come out to Vegas. It'd be great.
Yes, because Michelle lives in Las Vegas, so that would be awesome. Awesome.
Yes, and I'll have Officer Franklin help everybody out. No, I'm just joking. Joking.
You're like, no.
Yes, no. You're on your own.
We'll get back to work and we hope to see you soon.
Okay, talk to you guys
later. Bye, Michelle. Okay, I do not know why it didn't ring. But she's the only one that called. Let me check again. Yes. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Ooh. Hamilton says, Kelly said that Alex Baskin was 32 Jew flavors and Bravo and Evolution is run by Jews, which is why she's not on. She's a disgrace. Oh, gosh. Alex Baskins is the one that created the 32 flavors production thing. And that's the crew that Jeff is wanting to do the show with, right? The reboot of and Shaws of Sunset, right? Wow. Interesting. Yeah, Tiva Tambo says Jeff said he saw and spoke to Krista Lamas at Sarah's party. And she also gave him a heads up saying, hey, I was also invited at this party, whether she was a +1 or not. I don't know. I don't remember those details. If Justin brought her as a +1 and I would almost think it would be Justin because he's the one on the show and good terms with Jeff to say, hey, are you okay if I bring Krista as a +1? But maybe he thought the party was going to be so big it didn't even matter. Like they wouldn't even, you know what I mean? Yes, definitely. Welcome. We've had a few people comment that they were brand new the first time they've ever been able to join live. We do this almost every single weekday, 4 p.m. Eastern, usually till 5 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. And then it goes up as a replay and then it goes up everywhere as a podcast at Sarah from Texas. But we love, and if you watch as a replay on YouTube, if you click the live chat, you can read all the comments that we had during it. But it is so much more fun to join live, I promise you. And now we've got email. So you can email a question or comment to asksarahfromtexas@gmail.com or call, not tomorrow because it's New Year's Day, the next day, 713-489-8488. She was out of control today. Talking about Kelly? So it was a lot of Jewish talk today. LTD says Kelly said she can understand that they want a Jewish family on TV. Heather Dubrow. Is Heather? I don't know. I don't know that I've ever heard of their religious affiliation. Isn't Rick Jewish? Yes. Which is when that marriage goes south, Rick, watch out. Ooh. Wow. Oh, she was talking about how rich she is? Is this on today's YouTube? Wow. I tried to watch today, but it was so cringy, Deja Monet says. She's insulted other people's children along with counting other people's money. Interesting. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining live. Be safe, and we will see you all of us, in 2025 on January 2nd when we go live at 4 p.m. Eastern. See you there. Bye, Chumpettes.